Coming in at number 5, we have Sky Scout. Yep, Sky Scout. Formerly known as Harpy Brother. I don't know why the name was changed till later on in time, but whatever. It goes by two names, Sky Scout and Harpy Brother. It is what was eyes like a hawk, and a flying speed exceeding Mach 5. This monster is master of the sky. Not bad. It pretty seems like it too. But for this though, I really love its design. It's like actually one of my favorite winged beast monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, looking at the design, it has that huge blade claw on the side, just chilling, like scratching like this, looking like he's the shit and badass. So, it's just like one of my favorite ones, and with the wings in the back and its hair, typical anime, cool looking guy hair look. But I have to say, it's just like one of my favorite winged beast monsters. I find it more appealing that just better, you know, the Harpy Sisters and other things like Black Wings and stuff. It's just my personal opinion for that. I just overall think it's the badass looking card, and just the art just looks so cool for it, especially with that blade like I mentioned before, and you know, yeah. But that's all I really have to say about Sky Scout, aka Harpy Brother. That's my number 5 spot. Coming in at number 4, we have Elemental Hero Sparkman. Of course, we were gonna get an Elemental Hero card in this list because I love heroes. I love Elemental Heroes, so one of my favorite archetypes ever. So, and of course, Sparkman is actually one of my favorite looking designs in the Elemental Heroes, to be honest. But yeah, if I'm saying so. An elemental hero and a warrior of light who proficiently wields many kinds of armaments, and static shockwave cuts off the path of villainy. I really love this design of Sparkman. You know, how he looks, his design. It's just like, well, the original design, not like the other design, but the alternate design. But I really love the original, especially the way he does his little static shock things right there. Mainly because I also like the lightning and static. Just kind of reminds me of Static Shock a little, which why I think in the GX Abridged by Sephiroth, they named him Static Shock every time he's summoning him out. I find it was pretty funny, but I really Sparkman's one of my favorite Elemental Hero cards because of that, and normal monsters in my top 10, which is why he's number 4 on this list. And just mainly because that's me just liking heroes in general for that, well, superheroes. I just think out of all the Elemental Heroes, in my opinion, other than Neos, I think Sparkman's the most appealing in my design-wise and art design-wise, you know, on the card. Well, the original, not so much the alternate one. I mean, I like the alternate one, but I just find the original design of Sparkman to be more appealing card-wise. But yeah, so Sparkman is number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have Dark Magician. Yes, at number 3. Of course, regardless, and any top 10 normal monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dark Magician is always going to be in the top 10 regardless. Or top 5 in that matter, but top 10 in the least. So, of course, Dark Magician is almost everyone's favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Normal type monster in the top 10. It's the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense. So, and Yu-Gi-Oh!'s ace monster, but it's number 3 because of I'd say it's in my top 3, but not my favorite normal monster of all time. But I like it because regardless of how much it's built over the years, its legacy, and just memories in the show from when I saw the original series back when I was younger. Also because the design, of course, and the alternate designs of it are really appealing to me, especially with the circle in the background, him doing this and holding the staff, and just the overall costume of it. Just more of a wizard-like guy that looks super badass and everything. It's just done a lot to appeal me a lot. Just like more of a, I say it's the most appealing thing I've seen in Wizards, other than Time Wizards and Yu-Gi-Oh! So spellcasters, you know, are my biggest thing other than Dark Magician. So Dark Magician is like one of my favorite decks to use because I do have Dark Magician deck I am currently working on, and I've not like 100%. But overall, Dark Magician is my favorite spellcaster, normal monster, of course. And in my top number 3 on my list. So yeah, Dark Magician, number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh my gosh. Yep, I have it right above Dark Magician at number 2. It's not number 1, it's not, you'll see what's number 1 next. So in any case, Blue Eyes White Dragon, I kind of liked it more than Dark Magician design-wise, and you know, just legacy-wise, mainly because I've actually owned this card before I owned Dark Magician as well. And it's just, I find the design more, find the design more cool and appealing to me. It's like, and let's read the description real quick. Of course, this legendary dragon is a powerful engine of destruction. Virtually invincible, very few have faced this awesome creature and lived to tell the tale. So that's how you know it's awesome, badass and awesome, and just like design-wise. I loved its alternate designs as well. Not all of them, but some of them. Especially the one they made for the movie as well. I really love that one, but the original I've always find to be the best looking one. Other than the movie one, I own a few of them. I'm just surprised they also made an alternate one that was Kaiba and was in them. But yes, Blue Eyes White Dragon is one of my favorite dragon type Yu-Gi-Oh monsters of all time, and one of my favorite normal monsters of all time. But of course, you know, it's not exactly number one, but I'll get to that once I go to this. But overall, we're talking about Blue Eyes White Dragon right now. Blue Eyes White Dragon, like I said, it's one I owned this before I owned Dark Magician, so, and also because I just love dragons in general. It's my favorite dragon. Like I just probably repeating myself. And just like the legacy it left, like just like Dark Magician, I just like seeing it more in the show sometimes. And yeah, you know, just design-wise and everything else, it's just like Dark Magician and everything. So it's just more appealing to me. I just really love dragons as well, and especially Blue Eyes. I have a deck for Blue Eyes as well, so working on that. I just wish it's reached its full potential. Yeah, it just hasn't yet. But in any case, yeah. But so Blue Eyes White Dragon, number 2. So who could I possibly like better than Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon as a normal monster? Well, it's kind of obvious for me, but not too obvious because a lot of you don't know much of my Yu-Gi-Oh history as well. But in any case, so above Blue Eyes White Dragon and Dark Magician, as just said, opposite. My number 1 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh normal monster is Elemental Hero Neos. Yeah. And like I said before, I love heroes and elemental heroes in general. And my favorite normal monster ever is Elemental Hero Neos. I own like several copies of Elemental Hero Neos, just like Blue Eyes. But I have to say though, this is, other than Sparkman, this is my favorite design in normal monsters and for elemental heroes. And let's read the description here real quick. A new elemental hero has arrived from Neospace. When it initiates a contact vision with the Neospace, his unknown powers are unleashed. So yeah, also because I love the GX a lot. It's like this introduced me to Elementals, which is why I also love it. But Neos just is the most appealing card to me. I really love Neos' design. Don't get me started. I really love its design as well. Neos' design is like looking awesome to me. It looks badass. Especially that background to me. It's like how you know it's from Neospace and everything. How it's just like so you know, unknown but really badass and cool looking. It's one of my favorite monsters ever. You know, one of my favorite Ace monsters in the series. But of course, almost I like every Ace monster in the series though. Overall, Neos is my favorite. I'm sorry, but I may feel like I may do some stuff like we gave some people mad because it was like Neos number 1, not Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon. What? Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure there are some people who like the Neos as well. But Neos is just like, you know, I love heroes. It's actually one of my personal favorites from being new. I remember when I first got an Elemental Hero Neos and I started building my Elemental Heroes deck, and then I would go on to actually do a lot more other stuff. And I started building separate heroes, like I started building Neospace as well, and that's where it continues on from there. And not to mention, there's also Honest Neos now, which is what I really like. Honest Neos give heroes more of a coming back, and with Honest Neos being, you know, an effect for Elemental Hero Neos, it just brings back the legacy for Elemental Heroes and Neos itself, because Neos is like my favorite normal monster ever. I mean, because it just brings back so much memory other than, you know, Blue Eyes and Dark Magician. I love its design all the way. Like I said before, his design, the art, the background of it, the background and everything. But overall, Neos has to be my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh monster. My favorite Yu-Gi-Oh normal monster ever. So, there's that. And that's my top 10 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh normal monsters for you. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. let me tell me your favorite normal monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh ever. This is mine. Please like this video if you want to see more top videos in the future, because I plan on doing more. Subscribe for more of this on my channel, because subscribing to my channel makes life happy, and because I'm just a multi-content channel, just trying to get through things in YouTube, and I just want to present it to you how I feel like it, so, and the best way I possibly can. But overall, let me know what you guys think about this video. Please, like I said before I repeat myself, and that's really it. For those who are watching, thank you for watching this video, and until my next video, 224Big is out.